Maria Skłodowska was born in Warsaw, in what was then Congress Poland under the Russian Empire. She was the fifth and youngest child of well-known teachers who placed great importance on education. Gifted from an early age, she had an excellent memory, learned to read at 4, and showed a deep curiosity for the natural sciences. Unfortunately, women were not allowed to study at universities in 19th century Poland. But this didn't stop her. Determined to learn, she pursued self-education while working and saving money for her dream. At the age of 24, Maria moved to France and, as the first woman in history, enrolled at the Sorbonne University of Paris, where she studied physics, chemistry, and mathematics. Completely captivated by her studies, she often forgot to eat and endured the cold of her small attic apartment, but she finished her degree with distinction. In 1894, 27-year-old Marie met Pierre Curie. They married a year later. Around the same time, German scientist Wilhelm Röntgen discovered mysterious rays that he could not explain. Therefore, he called them X-rays. A year later, French physicist Henri Becquerel found that similar rays were emitted by uranium salts, and he introduced the newly married Curie couple to his research. Marie named this phenomenon radioactivity. Working together in their modest laboratory, the Curies studied samples of pitchblende and torbanite, hoping to understand the source of their strong radiation. In 1898, they discovered that the radioactivity came from 2 unknown elements, which Marie named polonium, after her homeland, and radium. In June 1903, the Curies were invited to speak about radioactivity at the Royal Institution in London. Yet only Pierre was allowed to present, a reflection of the limited recognition women received in science at the time. Later that year, in December 1903, Marie Curie, Pierre Curie, and Henri Becquerel were awarded the Nobel Prize in Physics, making Marie the first woman ever to receive a Nobel Prize. The recognition finally brought her respect and better working conditions. But tragedy struck in 1906, when Pierre died in an accident after being hit by a horse-drawn carriage. Devastated, Marie accepted the University of Paris's offer to take her late husband's chair, becoming the first female professor at the university. In 1909, the Radium Institute was founded for her by the University of Paris and the Institut Pasteur. A year later, in 1910, she succeeded in isolating pure radium, a groundbreaking achievement that earned her a second Nobel Prize, in chemistry in 1911. To this day, she remains the only person ever to receive Nobel Prizes in 2 scientific fields. During the horrors of the First World War, Marie Curie developed mobile X-ray units, known as Petites Curies, which saved countless lives on the battlefield. She became director of the Red Cross Radiology Service, assisted by her 17-year-old daughter, Irene Curie. After the war, Marie's fame spread across the world. She gave lectures, raised funds for scientific research, and inspired a generation of young scientists. In 1921, she traveled to the United States, where she was warmly welcomed and presented with a gram of pure radium collected in the United States. Continuing her lifelong dedication to science, she later helped establish another Radium Institute, this time in Warsaw, her birthplace. But, at the time, no one yet understood the dangers of radiation. Marie didn't protect herself, carried radioactive samples in her pockets, and stored them in her desk drawer. Years of exposure took a toll on her health, and on July 4, 1934, she died at the age of 66 from aplastic anemia, a disease caused by damage to her bone marrow from radiation. Her papers and notebooks remain highly radioactive to this day, stored in lead-lined boxes, and anyone wishing to examine them must wear protective clothing. Marie Curie was buried in Sceaux beside her beloved husband Pierre. In 1995, the remains of both were transferred to the Pantheon in Paris in honor of their contribution to science and humanity.